Shalom, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the nation of Yashar Allah, better known as the Great Millstone. And Shalom, and blessings to the sincere Akim who teach the same doctrine, the correct doctrine, throughout all the seasons, throughout the four corners. Wa Shalom. So, title, Truth Before Lies, is, I think, this Salakia. Truth before lies, truth and then lies. And it's really more of an observation, a power seat. You got to remember, he's chosen the weak things to confound the mighty. Now, the reason why I say they sell their souls is because as you read the scriptures, it tells you that a gift destroyeth the heart, and what that means is a bribe will corrupt your mind. Okay, so you'll see maybe like a so-called black leader or something to that effect, and they'll be on fire for their people, this and that, right? But then what happens is they start seeing the money, the ability to obtain money or women or fame or whatever it is that is easy to get them off of their horse, right? To remove them from their rocker. And now their mind, their heart, has been polluted because of this gift, of this bribe. Now sometimes it's a bribe that comes. If this guy would just stop moving forward, he could get over it. If sometimes the bribe is going to be a direct bribe. It'll be someone will actually approach you and give you, X amount of money, or ask, what it is that you want, and they'll give it to you. So everyone has their own price, and it'll come with stipulations, and that's where your mind, your heart is going to be torn apart. So, okay, well, you can have your own record label. We'll give you your contract back, but under these rules and stipulations, and they'll agree to it. Maybe it's a censorship thing. You can't talk about this stuff, or you can't promote people in this fashion, or they're going to limit you and your creativity and your ability. All right. So that whole mindset basically just comes from the aspect of you got to know the truth in order to tell a lie. Okay? You have to know the truth in order to tell a lie. And, part of this, like I said, is observation too. Because last night, I was looking up the Assyrian, the Paleo-Hebrew / Assyrian alphabet. And I remember back in the day, I say back in the day, but really at the start of this thing, when the alphabet was first put out, if you did a Google search, the images would come up with that one in particular format. And brothers are well aware of the one I'm talking about, where it has the Lashwan and the Assyrian, stacked on top of each other. That's the original template. Okay, that's the original template. Now from that template, now when you go and you Google search to find the alphabet, and you have you go to the Google image section now what you find are variations of this alphabet. You find variations. Now it's funny how none of these other alphabets were up, or charts were up, until Great Millstone had put up, the template. So you see it in everything. You see it in competitive trade. You see it in, in competing teams, and just design of anything, whether it's fashion or whatever. And so the truth, or a generator, not a generator, a originator, an origin must be created for, let's say, for anything else to become evolved out of that design. So the Most High is first. He is the creator. So what he has created and set up is truth. And from behind him, others have come and created their own interpretation, their own doctrine. And it's funny how people will have their opinion, and that's fine, but they'll have their opinion that's preaching. Like, oh, it's just my opinion, but, da 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 da. And then, like, you're not supposed to have an opinion about their opinion because they'll tell you, or they'll say, so yeah, let all the haters come in below me now. Talking about being on a comment board. And it's funny because you used to be able to have discussions, and now with things being so polluted, and this is another example, food. Look at food. When you look at what original corn used to look like, an original watermelon used to look like, or even bananas, they've all become variated. They've all grown a bit differently. It's not the same anymore. It is, the truth was first, and now the lies are here. So food is an example of that. We had taken a trip out to one of these, national forests. I'll say that way. And just a road trip, just drive, get out of the city and get some fresh air. And you look around, and it's beautiful and it's gorgeous, and you see all these trees. But and it is beautiful. It's a nice sight to see, but it's not true. And what I mean by that is these trees, especially here in Washington, it's full of trees. Yes, don't get me wrong, but they're not the original trees of the land. And sometimes you can see it sometimes when you tell people that, or they realize it. They're like, "What? What are you talking about?" You tell them, well, back in the day when they first started cutting down trees, one tree would take one semi, one truck, one trailer to move one tree. That's how big the trees were. So all the trees you see now are barely, they're anywhere from 20 to 60 years old. They're not the 100-year-old trees, 200-year-old, 300-year-old trees that used to be here. Plus with wind, and you can for a tree to get so big, it lasts. It's like it lasts through some torment and danger, being windstorms and critters and people. Its entire environment, the soil, the depth of the roots, how well they've been able to grow. So you get a lot of trees that fall down out here, and part of that is because it's poor civil engineering, and that's because they plant trees a little too close. And now when you buy plants or things of that nature, sometimes it's supposed to come with a card to tell you how much room it needs to grow for its root system, so you don't plant other things next to it. And some people will follow that rule, and other landscapers won't. But just to show you, the trees that were here were set up in their natural intended design, and they lasted, and that's why they were able to be so big. Now a lot of these trees, they're not able to get so big. Well, for one, they're not planted properly in the right areas. They just kind of throw seed around or randomly plant them thinking it'll be okay, and it causes projectiles and all these other things to happen. But it's the same thing with us in this truth. The truth has been spoken into existence first, and the Spirit was put on the apostles, and the elders to go out and teach and to remain. They are in extension those ancient trees, and for us that have come up and remained, we're of that fruit. Now we're seeing a lot of it's just like the parable of the sower of the seeds, right? You got some that fell on good ground, some on stony ground, some by the wayside. And basically what's happened is the ones that weren't sown on the good ground, they weren't able to take root. What's happened to them? They've gotten taken away, they've been eaten, they've been blown away, they've been plucked up. So it's the same concept. So we see, another observation is, we see the truth of this thing more and more as we experience this truth more and more, and it's groomed brothers into becoming the leaders that they are, the camp heads that they are, the brothers that they are, because at the end of the day, that's what we are is a team of leaders. Any brother, for whatever reason, if he had to pick up and move and just live in another state or whatever, if there wasn't a camp already there that he could join, he'd be able to start his own camp. And that's a beautiful thing to have happen. You see, that's a beautiful thing to have happen. Because that shows strength, trust, ability. And it wouldn't just be that brother operating alone. He would, he's still part of our network, man. We communicate. And while you have all these guys doing these unity things, they really have no order. Now, they'll quote scripture all day, let all things be done decently and in order. Yet they don't display order amongst themselves. They act order. They don't live order. So, so like it kind of seems like a rant. But like I said, it was an observation. A couple scriptures, that have come to mind behind the thought. And I just kind of wanted to share that, affirmation, just affirming, our belief and our reward to come. That's another topic right there, our reward to come. So, I'm arriving soon to where I need to get going. So I'm going to cut this off here, and until next time, shalom, shalom.